us to get people in for debates. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. So if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone who would like to explain to me what is your favorite Donald Jimothy Trump lie, because we know there's a lot of them, right? But if you like to tell me, was it the lie about the groceries, tax cuts, about draining the swamp, about drilling, or the 2024 election, get in the box. Get in the box. He said blagger. Get in the box. As soon as we hit 8,000 likes, I will open up the live. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. Also, just an FYI, we are live on not only TikTok, but we are live on YouTube and also on Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch, please do so. It's Santana24J over on Twitch. Santana24J over on Twitch. We are live on Twitch. We're live on the YouTubes. We're live everywhere. We are live everywhere. Hello. Guys, tap the screen, share the live out. As soon as we get up to 8,000 likes, we will open up the panel and we will start these debates. If you are a Trump supporter and you want to get in the box, if you aren't afraid to spar with Santana, if you want to stand on business and defend your guy over his lies, if you have the intestinal fortitude to do so, then get in the box. Get in the box. I'm going to reset this daily gift goal again. I'm only going to set it up as these 1-cent goals just because I want to be able to knock these out. The more that we knock these out, the more that it pushes us out to the FYP. The more that we tap the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things, it sends us out to the FYP. We have 27 shares. If you could, let's get the shares up to 50 shares. Let's get the shares up to 50 shares. Hey, Alexa, stop. And I'm going to go ahead and get people in as we start sparring with Santana. I'm going to go ahead and get in. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are not, tap the screen, share the live out. Devil Dog, what up?
Groceries will be lowered. Tax cuts for all. Build a swamp. Drain a swamp. I say drain.
Devil Dog. I said hello.
Hello?
Come on now. Hello. There we go. I was about to say, I've talked to you before. You know that you have to go through the pleasantries before you get started.
Sure.
How are you today?
Doing great. How are you?
I am
Trump
wonderful.
won. I love it.
Wonderful.
I love it,
Trump
man.
what?
Trump won.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to talk about it. Give me a second here, guys. Keep tapping the screen. We're at 12,000 likes. Go ahead and get this thing up to 25,000 likes. Let's get it up to 25,000 likes. If you are a Trump supporter, like Devil Dog here, get in the box. If you are not a Trump supporter, do not request up. I am not talking to friendlies.
This I better get back down because I am not a Trump supporter. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. I'll go ahead and drop you down.
Thank you.
No worries. Yeah, guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out. You guys knocked out the 1-cent goal again. I'm going to reset it one more time because, again, guys, we just want to keep knocking this out as much as possible because it allows us to get out to the FYP. If you have not sent your daily heart me, go ahead and send that as well. That help boosts us and get us out to the FYP. We want to get as many people as we can in here so we can go ahead and get the live started. Also, I'll just read this off because Junior sent a $1 donation to say, my favorite Trump lie is that his hair is real. W's in the chat for Junior, who sent that $1 donation. Yeah, not only is Trump, have you guys seen Trump's new haircut? Like it's a thing.
Are you bringing up Johnny again?
Who is Johnny? I said Junior, Devil Dog. Anyway, guys, keep tapping the screen. We got Devil Dog up here. Devil Dog is a Trump supporter. Devil Dog thinks that he knows what he just did, but he has no idea. He just stepped into the ring. It is time for sparring with Santana, and you guys know what that means.
That's fun.
Welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Devil Dog is not ready for this. It's time for me to put the beats on Devil Dog. Devil Dog, you were reading the lies off of the background, right? You were impressed by the different lies that Donald Trump has told. So, Devil Dog, which one of these lies do you love the most? Because I know we've already agreed that Donald Trump is a liar, but which one of these lies lies actually just get you going?
Let's see. Fill that swamp. Tax cuts for all. Tax cuts is for Social Security. It was great.
Yeah, no. That's exactly not what it is, Devil Dog. Did you know that with Donald Trump's proposed tax cuts, that everybody except the ultra wealthy is going to be paying more in taxes? Did you know that?
Wrong.
No, my friend. Actually, it came out, and there's a study.
The wealthy have tax cuts.
Yeah, there's a study by 2026 that the richest 5% taxes will actually be cut, but the lower percent will actually be raised. So just for example, right, if you are Devil Dog, without, I don't want you to, I'm not trying to pocket watch or anything like that, but Devil Dog in general, about how much do you make yearly?
About 80 grand, 75, 65, 75 maybe.
Okay, perfect. Let's just say you make 80 grand a year.
No, I make 70, 75.
Okay, but still, let's just say 80.
No. I make 70, 75.
Okay, well, we'll say 75. We'll say 70. Listen, I was
because
trying to be
80 is a different tax bracket.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
No, so what'll happen is anyone making between $55,100 and $94,100 will see a 20% difference increase. So you'll be paying approximately $1,530 more a year in taxes by 2026. It is not a lie, my friend.
What's the tax rate right now for the middle class? $75,000.
The tax rate it will be 20%.
And then when they no,
Devil Dog, this is based off of Donald Jimothy Trump's.
It's 12%.
This is based off of Donald Jimothy Trump's
15%
proposed tax cuts, and this is from the Institution of Taxation and Economics.
It's a lie. It's not 20%.
It's from itep.org.
It's a lie.
Listen.
It's a lie.
Listen, Devil Dog. Just because this doesn't align.
It's a lie, dude.
Devil Dog. Just because this doesn't align with your feelings doesn't mean it's not true.
It's a lie.
Devil Dog, did this just rouse something up in your feelings? Is that why you're saying that?
Right now, they make 12%. They're paying 12%. When it expires, it's going to go back to 15%. It's not 20% right now.
We're talking about Donald.
You're talking about the very rich.
Proposed tax.
You're talking about the very rich.
We're talking about his new tax plan, which you will see
this
in
lie.
2026.
That's a lie.
So okay, Devil Dog, if you're saying that's a lie, right? And I'm citing my source. I'm citing Devil Dog. I'm citing my source. Devil Dog, are you going to let me talk, or are you going to keep talking every time?
Yeah, because you're lying. You're lying, dude.
I mean, that's perfectly fine, but are we going to talk, or are you going to just keep talking every time?
I'm trying to tell you that the middle class is not going to pay 20% in taxes. That's a fucking lie.
Devil Dog, are you going to let me speak, or are you going to keep cutting me off when I talk? Perfect. So, Devil Dog, what I'm saying is I cited my source. The Institute on Taxation and Economics, right? The itep.org. It has a breakdown of the proposed tax cut and the actual impact based on how much you make, right? So I'm citing my source. What source are you citing?
The tax code?
Bring it up. Give me a site.
Look it up.
No, give me a site. Give me something actually specific. I gave you a specific source, Devil Dog, and I'm not talking about the feelings in my tom-tom like you.
I got a computer right now. It's the fucking.
Okay, you know what? Teacup and go find it, Devil Dog. You're on a supercomputer right now.
Dude, it's a U.S. fucking tax code.
Devil Dog, you're talking on a supercomputer right now.
20% you
Devil Dog,
it's
you're
not
talking on a supercomputer right now.
It's not.
As
you're not paying 20%,
listen,
you dumbass.
Devil Dog, I don't want to hear your feelings.
You dumbass.
Devil Dog, Devil Dog, why you gotta be mean? Like, you and I have a good rapport. Why do you have to call me a dumbass? I haven't called you a dumbass yet.
You're lying. You're lying.
How am I lying? I'm citing my source, Devil Dog.
You're lying through your fucking teeth. What?
Devil Dog. Devil Dog. I'm citing my source. How am I lying through my fucking teeth when I'm citing my source? And just because my sources don't make your tummy feel well, you're getting upset.
It's 12% right now. It's
Devil Dog, cite your source.
4% right now. It's 12%
Devil
right
dog,
now.
cite
That
your source.
I am paying my tax bracket right now. I'm paying 12%.
Devil dog.
And it expires in 2025.
Devil dog.
January.
This is
I
what
pay
I'm gonna do
15%.
because all the yapping makes no fucking sense, right? You can keep whining and bitching and crying, but I need you to go cite your source. I need you to go get that information. Just like I gave you an actual source, I need you to do the same for me. W's in the chat for Corey. Corey sent a $2 donation saying, I've lost 20% of my brain cells listening to him talk. Corey,
Put it on the screen.
you and I as well.
Put it on the screen. Put
Guys,
your source
W's
on
in the chat. W's in the chat for Corey. Thank
Put
you
your
so much,
source on the
Corey, for the
screen.
$2 donation. Guys,
Put your
just a
source
reminder,
on the
Cash App,
screen there.
PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. It's going to be Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you are
Put your source
enjoying
on the screen,
Devil Dog,
Santana.
I am speaking.
Put your
Shut up. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please, please, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get this thing up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 300 shares. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to reset the daily gift goal again to something that's just 1 cent, and we'll keep going from there. Jarrell, is that how you say your name, Jarrell?
Oh, yes, sir. You're right on the money, host.
Perfect. Jarrell, are you a Trump supporter?
No, but I'm gonna be real brief. Just like the young gentleman just before me.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Jarrell, but we are only looking for
Put
Trump
your source
supporters.
on the screen.
I appreciate you so much.
Put your source on the screen.
Jarrell, I have it on my computer in front of me.
Put your source on the screen.
Jarrell,
Put your source on the screen.
I cited the source. You're not going to keep sitting here. I'm sorry, Devil Dog. You're not going to keep sitting here bitching and whining.
Taxes.
I'm telling you that it's
taxes.
itep.org.
20% taxes on the middle class.
Devil Dog.
It's a fucking lie.
Devil
you can't
Dog.
put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. Put it on the fucking goddamn screen.
Devil Dog, shut the fuck up.
Put it on the screen.
There we go. Now you can stop bitching for a second. Give me a second. How do I do this?
Are you going to put it on the screen?
Shut up.
Are you going to put that liberal
Shut up, Devil Dog.
site on the?
There we go. So how do I? Okay, I got to turn off the background. Background and off. Okay, perfect. And now I have to flip the camera.
I'm waiting.
Camera.
I'm waiting.
There we go. All right, perfect. So again, itep.org. From the Institute of Taxation and Economics Policy. It gives the breakdown. Trump proposed tax cuts for the richest 5% and raises taxes on other groups. It gives the breakdown 20%. Shut up, Devil Dog. You told me to put it on the screen. Shut the fuck up and let me finish talking. So it's 20%, and these are the different brackets that it's broken down into, right? And so depending on how much you make, this is how much more you're going to be paying.
What's
versus
the pay bracket on 20%?
Devil Dog, can you shut up and let me speak? I will let you demonstrate what you know after I finish speaking. But until then, you need to shut up. Have some self-control. So like I was saying, this is the breakdown of how much each bracket will be paying by 2026.
$20,000 is going to pay 20%. Are you?
Devil Dog, shut the fuck up. User, are you a Trump supporter?
Hell no.
Okay, I'm going to drop you down. I appreciate you, my friend. The thing is this is the actual breakdown that is, again, this is the proposed tax plan. So I'm not saying this is what will happen, but if Donald Trump goes through with the tax plan that he is proposing by 2026, this is how much more everyone will be paying in taxes. So Devil Dog, I cited my source, right? I gave you exactly what you wanted.
Are you
Devil Dog?
stupid?
Now I need you.
Fucking stupid.
Devil
Man.
Dog. Now I need you
to
go cite your source and
Are you
stop talking
stupid?
about your
You're trying to
fucking
tell me
feelings.
People who make $28,000 that get
Devil
free
Dog,
medical,
I need you.
Free insurance.
I need you to stop talking and cite your source. Phantom, are you a Trump supporter?
Are you fucking stupid,
Hell
dude?
no. I only got on here to call.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. Listen, guys, please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. This is not Late
I'm
Nights
gonna
with
fucking
Santana.
ruin your
This
life,
is
man,
Sparring with
because you're
Santana.
spreading
I am
information.
only talking to
You're
Trump
spreading-
supporters, and right now I am talking to a petulant child. I am talking to a petulant child. Only get in the box if you are a Trump supporter. Only get in the box if you're a Trump supporter. We are not talking to friendlies. Please, please, please. If you are not a Trump supporter, please stay out of the box. Please stay out of the box. Only hop up if you are a Trump supporter. GZ's 47. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, perfect. Devil Dog, don't come off of mute until you have a source. Point blank, period. Do not come back off of mute until you have a source. W's in the chat for Jessica. Jessica sent a $4 donation saying, this is why boomers shouldn't be in charge anymore. Can't build a newer pathway for new information. They absolutely can't. W's in the chat for Jessica. W's in the chat for Tyler. Tyler sent a $1 donation and said he eats his corn the long way and anticipates the exit. He definitely does. W's in the chat for Tyler. W's in the chat for Chloe. Chloe sent a $3 donation and say Devil Dog denies simple math. They deny science as well. Yes, they absolutely do, Leo. I'm sorry, Leo. I said Chloe. Leo. W's in the chat for Leo. W's in the chat for Lynette. Lynette sent a $2 donation saying, get rid of Devil Dog's dumbass. He's a waste of air. Devil Dog's definitely a waste of something. W's in the chat for Lynette. W's in the chat for Hope. Hope sent a $5 donation saying, happy holidays. Thanks for the Christmas Eve entertainment. I am so excited that you're excited about this Christmas Eve entertainment. Thank you for being here. Guys, W's in the chat for everyone that actually just sent over a donation. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to actually support the live. So if you enjoy the information, entertainment, education, please consider donating. We have, your name is listed as JGZ47. What can I call you?
My name's Javier.
Javier. Perfect, Javier. I'm gonna call you Javier. That's a lot easier. Guys, I'm resetting the daily gift goal to like the little finger hearts again. If we can just knock those out, it'll help push us out to the FYP. Mark, you have music in your background, but Mark, are you a Trump supporter? Mark, are you a Trump supporter? Okay, you're gonna drop Mark down because Mark is being weird. Again, only get in the box if you are a Trump supporter. Only get in the box if you're a Trump supporter. We are only talking to Trump supporters. This is Sparring with Santana. If you are a friendly, keep tapping the screen. We're at 50,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get this thing up to 100,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 400 shares. You guys are amazing. And if we can knock out those heart hands, that would help as well. Daniel, are you a Trump supporter? Daniel-san, are you a Trump supporter? Daniel-san. Okay, we're gonna get you out of here. We're also gonna get Javier out of here as well, because I'm sorry, not Javier. We're gonna get Devil Dog out of here because Devil Dog was outmatched, outclassed, out everything. We got him up out the paint. We got him up out the paint. So we're gonna start with Javier. Javier, so Javier, we can agree on something, right? I mean, it's Christmas Eve, it's the holiday seasons. A lot of people are with their families and enjoying the time around the fire and the Yule logs and all this other stuff. And you know, we got the dreidels and just like all those wonderful things, right?
Yes, sir.
So, with that being said, Javier, can we agree that Donald Trump is an absolute liar?
Oh, I agree on that. I think both sides lie through their teeth, but yes, I can agree on that.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? That's an absolute fair statement. That's an absolute fair statement. With that being said, Donald Trump is an absolute liar. You support Donald Trump. That must mean that you absolutely love his lies, right? So I'm trying to understand, which one of his lies did you love the most? Was it the lie about the groceries, about taxes, about the swamp, about drilling, or about the 2024 election? Which one of his lies just has excited you the most?
Well, actually, I did see that was the topic. Which Trump lie do you love? It's not. I didn't vote for him because of any of those things. You know, I do want it to be stronger on immigration. I've noticed the reason I went Republican is because I've noticed that the left is just hate. I see that. I live in Dallas. I live in Oak Cliff. They call this.
You said the left is hate?
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yes, that
wait, hold on, because you cut out for a second, Javier. You cut out for a second. You said the left is hate.
Yes, the way I see it, whenever people ask me why I voted for Republicans or the right, whenever I think of just the right, I think it's God, family, country. And I don't see that on the other side. I just don't.
Okay. Cool. Let's lock in on that for 1 second, right? So Donald Trump.
But I am aware of one. I am aware of one thing though, that there is a lot of.
Hold on, Jose, because you said it. I'm sorry, Javier.
Yeah.
Javier, you said it. The left. The right is God, family, and country, right?
Yes, sir.
So Donald Trump is the Republican Party. So, i.e., Donald Trump should equal God, family, and country. So let's take it one by one. Is Donald Trump a Christian?
Yes.
Tell me how.
Well, I would say by his beliefs. I mean, I feel like he believes taking care of family. Like I said, believe in God, family, and country.
Wait. You can't loop family in as with. Okay. All right. So cool. Hold on. Take a step back. Donald Timothy Trump says he is never repentant. He's never asked God for forgiveness because he's never did anything wrong. Donald Trump, when asked what was his favorite Bible verse, he said 2 Corinthians, which he doesn't even know how to say that. When he tried to take a picture with the Bible outside of the church after having rubber bullets shot at protesters, he actually took a picture with the Bible upside down. Donald Trump actually told people in a rally, I love you, Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christians, but I love you. He said, I'm not a Christian, but I love you and I need your vote. So with all of those things, and Donald Trump even saying it out of his own mouth, we can establish that Donald Trump is not a Christian, right?
No. If that is accurate, if that is a fact, yes. But I still believe he's a Christian.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can keep believing it, but all of those things actually happened, and Donald Trump actually said that. But let's move on to the second thing. Family is super important to me. So I get it, Javier. Donald Trump, when you say family, he definitely has kids, right? Donald Trump has been married 3 times. He cheated on his first wife with his second wife. He cheated on his second wife with his third wife. He cheated on his third wife with a corn star. Donald Trump has multiple times over not only been married, but been unfaithful. Donald Trump has one of his ex-wives buried in a forgotten plot on one of his golf courses. Donald Trump's own daughter, Ivanka, said that she doesn't want anything to do with his 2024 campaign. She wasn't going to help him run, which she didn't. His own wife, current wife, Melania Trump, has said that she's not going to be in the White House. She's going to be splitting her time. And she wasn't out on the campaign trail with him, helping him actually run for re-election. So tell me again how family-oriented Donald Trump is.
Can I say something?
Hold on 1 second, Raiden. I'll get to you in just one moment. Let me just finish running with these 3 points with Javier, and then I'll come to you. So Javier, how is he family oriented?
I believe Trump is family oriented. So while you were speaking, I'm looking at it, and the first thing I see is, so when I said I voted right, so Trump would not have been my first choice, but it was the only.
Cool. That's cool. But you did vote Trump, and you said that the right represents God, family, and country, and Donald Trump has a complete whole of the Republican Party. The Republican Party is MAGA, i.e., you're saying that Donald Trump aligns with those 3 things. We're on the second thing. I need you to stick to the family question. How does Donald Trump exemplify family after just explaining those multiple items to you?
Well, I will have to agree that does not that would not be the best candidate to exemplify
that's
family.
Perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Let's move to the last point. Let's move to the last point. Country, right? I get it. I consider to be a patriot. right? I love this country somewhat. It's a great country, right? But I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the fundamental freedoms that's granted to us by the Constitution. I believe that everyone should have equal rights under the law.
Right.
Donald Trump not only tried to usurp the actual government by overturning the election process on January the 6th. And we can talk about the riots, but I'm not even talking about the riots. I'm talking about the fake slate of electors that Donald Trump sent in to actually have the election overturned. And Donald Trump his lawyer is actively fighting this case right now. And the case there, the lawyer defense is not that Donald Trump did not do it, but it's that he had the right to do it because it was an official presidential act and he should have immunity. They admit that he actually sent fake electors to overthrow the will of the people, but they're saying that he should have been able to do it. Donald Trump has also quoted and said that he thinks that we should actually terminate the Constitution. So for someone who's tried to overthrow the United States government and is actively stating that we need to overthrow we need to get rid of the Constitution. And if you want to keep it a buck and keep it kind of, whatever, Donald Trump has done something I've never seen any other president do.
What is that?
Which is sign the United States flag. He actually put his signature on the United States flag, which is mind-blowing. So with all of that being said, how does Donald Trump exemplify country?
That flag is going to be worth money one day.
I'm not saying it won't, but listen, that's not something that any patriot should actually be doing. I think this, I don't want to quote a law, but I think there's like something, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but it's like for you to actually sign the flag is insane.
You think that's disrespectful?
I think that is disrespectful. I think that's disrespectful for a United States president to do. Now, don't get me wrong. It's covered under freedom of speech, right? Because technically you can burn the United States flag and whatever, right? So it's a thing. But
that should be legal, but I mean,
well, it's not. I mean, he's protected under freedom of speech, like it's a whole thing. But I'm just speaking to the fact that he's supposed to be someone that's a representative, that's representing the United States of America, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, and yeah, all these. If we just speak about Trump, just Trump specific, yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with Trump. What I was saying, and that's why I said maybe I'm on the wrong. Because I don't get on TikTok as much. Maybe I'm on the wrong thing, but when I'm seeing, so I see the time thing, right? But I can barely see Adolf Hitler there. That's what I don't get. Why do people compare him to Adolf Hitler? That's like an insult to like all the people that died.
I'll definitely get to why he's and also don't say Shitler. TikTok friendly language, Shitler. Okay. You can't say his name. I'll get to that in just a moment, but I do want to give Raiden an opportunity to actually speak because Raiden said he wanted to chime in on something.
If people really believe that, why are they allowing him to be there? Like if they really thought it was like this German guy, why?
Javier, I'll get into that in just a moment. I will get into that in just a moment. Hold tight just a second because I wanted Raiden to be able to say something. Raiden, what were you going to add to it?
Well, first, I was wanting to answer the question like you was asking him about the lie.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my favorite lie that Donald Trump told was the one that he fooled the whole world into believing that he has not been the president for the past 4 years. That's my favorite lie.
Wait, so are you saying that Trump has been the president for the last 4 years?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. So if Donald Trump has been the president for the last 4 years, then we get to blame Donald Trump for the war in Ukraine. We get to blame Donald Trump for the war in Palestine. We get to blame Donald Trump for inflation, right?
If you say so.
Okay, so we're going to put all of this on Donald Trump, right?
Well, I mean, but who's going to believe it though?
Well, you just said it. I believe you, Raiden.
Well, I know, but do you?
I know you know. But so we're now on one accord. So we're blaming Donald Trump for all of it because Donald Trump apparently has been the president for the last 4 years by your saying.
Yes. And if you want to, you can, but he won't get the blame because this shit is just too hard for people to believe.
Raiden, okay.
I know it's a rock and a hard place, bro. Trust me, I know.
Raiden, what's the weather like on the planet that you're on right now?
It's actually kind of chilly, but it's not too bad. It's
When's the last time you touched grass, Raiden?
yesterday, I think. Yeah.
Was it bluegrass?
No, it was kind of like I'm in Kansas City. So.
Was it indica or was it sativa? I'm so confused right now.
I can back up everything I say, bro.
Okay, tell me how Donald Trump is actually still and also if he's still the president, doesn't that mean that he can't be president in 2024 because he's already served 2 terms? What are we talking about, Raiden?
No, we had a president that served 4 terms.
Yeah, that's before it was changed and you couldn't serve more than 2 terms.
It was changed again. It was changed again.
When was it changed? And did they not tell us that it was changed?
I can't tell you. No, well, I mean, they always tell us, like they told us that Trump has been the president, but people don't know where to look for this stuff. So, you know, I'm the one to kind of help y'all get this information.
So Raiden, you are the person that out of everybody in this country, out of everyone that has, you know, out of scholars, out of politicians, out of people who have like studied this and this is their job and they do this on a daily basis, you are the one above all.
No, I'm not
figured out that Donald Trump is still the president and that he can still be president again.
No, but like I said, I can give you, if you want the documents, they're all from .mil.gov sites. It's all declassified government documents. If you want this, I can give them to you if you want them. Or I can give you the place. You can either buy the best-selling book or you can go to the website. It's up to you. If you want, I mean, I can tell you the place if you want. Yeah, but see, a lot of people don't understand history. You know, they don't understand about the Organic Act of 1871. They don't understand that we haven't been under the Constitution for 150 years. They don't understand any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like Donald Trump fooled everybody. He's the smartest. He's smarter than everybody, and that's just the way it is. That's why I voted for him, because he's smarter than everybody.
Okay, cool. Give me a second, Raiden. Give me a second. Hey, chat. Just a second, Raiden. Hey, chat. Are you guys here? Can you guys hear me? Hey, chat, are you guys listening?
I'm not a sovereign citizen.
Yeah, hold on one second. Chat. Can everyone hear me? Okay, good. I think I need to invest in a tinfoil hat. I think that, hold on one second, Raiden. I'm talking to the chat. I think I need to invest in a tinfoil hat. I don't think I have the proper headgear to protect me against these types of theories. Maybe it's just going above my head, or maybe I need the tinfoil hat to actually focus. I don't know what it is. But we're gonna get back into this, and I'm gonna do my best. I'm here for you. I'm gonna actually go through this for you, so you don't have to go through this. Okay? So I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna lock in, and I'm gonna do this. What I need for you guys to do is actually lock in and help me out. Right? We're at 184,000 likes. Keep tapping the screen. Let's get this thing up to 125,000 likes. Share the live out. Share the live out. Also, W's in the chat for Gene. Gene sent a $1 donation to say, we on the left don't have to be tolerant of racism, bigotry, and hatred. I do not apologize for hating hateful people. Absolutely, Gene. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gene. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Also, we have the High Bears is the daily gift. Let's go ahead and knock those out, please. It'll help push us out to the FYP. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. We're gonna try to do this. Raiden,
it's round.
Raiden, how did you come across this information? Like, give me, how did it lead up to you being able to discover that apparently Trump is still president and you have all these documents? Like, how did you get there?
I've been trained by the best. I've been trained by the Chuck Harders, the Alex Joneses, and now I just know how to find this information on my own.
Did you just say that you were trained by Alex Jones?
That would be one of them, yes.
The same Alex Jones that lost everything because he said that Sandy Hook was a hoax.
He didn't lose nothing. He's on there right now. Well, maybe not right this minute, but he was yesterday. Alex Jones ain't going nowhere, bro. He's going to be the richest man in media. You didn't see how the CIA admitted that they just wanted to take all his money? That they just used all. Yeah, you can go watch it. James O'Keefe. It's interesting.
Wait,
Alex Jones,
what?
truth, bro.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I thought I could do this. I go on mute for a minute. Let me talk to Javier just for a second, because I need a moment. It won't let me mute. I got you. Well, do you know how to unmute? You know how to unmute yourself, right? If I mute you.
Yeah, I think sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, and then I'll send you an invite to come back. Javier.
Yes.
You voted with these people.
Yeah, I disagree with this guy Raiden completely.
But Javier, you voted with these people. Like, yes. You do understand, because again, you seem pretty sensible, right? But I will admit that you seem like a pretty reasonable guy, but you voted with people like this that believe things like this, and you guys voted for the same thing. Thank you so much for the cake. Javier, how can you be okay with that?
Because if you look at the left, that was insanity completely.
Tell me what was, thank you so much for the cake.
Biden.
What are you saying about the left?
It would have been insane to go left. There's just no way.
Tell me why, Javier. I need actual things.
So all the crime we're seeing, right? Like all the crime, like everything with the
crime rates are down.
With
FBI statistics show that crime rates are down.
Opening the border. You know, why open the border? Why
what did the Biden and Harris administration do to open up the border, my friend?
I mean, I don't know exactly what they did. I just know that for the last 4 years, here in Texas, all the people that we started seeing just come in, or all the crime, and yeah, obviously, there's always going to be crime. There's crime every day committed by white citizens, black citizens, Hispanic citizens. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Why have open borders? Why have that? And that's just one thing. Like all the other things, like taking what I see. And again, I might be wrong. It's just what I see, what I hear. I don't have any kids, but I have nieces, I have nephews. What they see in school, like going towards like LGBT and all that stuff. And they say.
So hold on, Javier, because you said a lot, right? I mean, you pivot off of, you went from crime to open borders, and now you're trying to talk about the queer community. So let's take a whole step back, right? And let's talk about either crime or the open borders. Which one? Because I can, well, I'll just take it point by point. Crime is actually down. The FBI published statistics showing that crime is down. The murder rate is down. Overall, the United States is a safer place. And then when you talk about even undocumented immigrants, right? Because you kind of tied that in, speaking to the actual border and how people are coming in, but undocumented immigrants are statistically proven to commit crimes at a lower rate than United States citizens. Do you know why that is, Javier?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So if a person who is undocumented is actually caught committing a crime, not only have they been caught committing the crime, but they then will be deported after said crime punishment is levied, right? So if they commit a crime, they go to jail. Not only are they going to go to jail, but they're going to be deported after they serve their time. So these people who are undocumented do any and everything in their power to make sure that they don't do anything. They try to make sure they don't jaywalk. They try to make sure they don't speed. They do all of those types of things to make sure that they are G to G, right? Versus US citizens actually commit crimes at a higher rate. So you talk about crime and the fact that crime is down and that undocumented immigrants don't commit crimes at the same level. But then you also talk about the fact that you said the border is open. The actual encounters, the crossings are down as well, right? They're down to actually to the same level towards the end of the Trump administration. So the whole thing is the actual border issue was something that the Democratic Party wanted to fix. And before Donald Trump Bigfoot his way in there. It's something that was gonna be fixed. So again, you talk about these things, but literally, one, it's not true, but two, something that you said that is important to you was trying to be resolved by the Democratic Party under Joe Biden, and Donald Trump said we can't do this because it's going to make me look bad and I need to actually campaign on it.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Why, if they were trying to fix it, it was, they had 4 years. Why did we get all these illegal immigrants? And that's the key thing. I know you're saying that they don't yeah, if they don't commit crime, that's not the point. They shouldn't be here, like not illegally.
Undocumented. So cool. I get what you're saying, right? Because the thought process has been for a lot of people like, why wait close to the election before, you know, actually voting? I mean, before trying to take care of it, blah blah blah. Like, I get it, right? But when was Joe Biden actually inaugurated?
Would have been what, 2020?
No, he was inaugurated in January of 2021. Right. So January.
Right. Yeah. January 20th, 2021.
In February, less than a month of him becoming the president of the United States, there was legislation introduced to help address the border. And the thing about it is there was a need to complete bipartisan legislation, right? Do you understand why it's important to pass bipartisan legislation?
No, I'm not that great with policy, so no. Like, my things are more like simple. Like, even what I'm reading now, like comments directed at me, like either race trader or something.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is there
Javier, please don't look at the comments. The comments get wicked. They've been talking trash about me the whole time.
You're right. But just
please don't focus on the comments. Focus on me. Lock in. It's me and you right now. Raiden isn't even talking. It's just me and you.
Okay.
So the thing is, you can actually pass executive order. Donald Trump has said on day one, I'm going to pass all these executive orders, blah, 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 blah. You know, Donald Trump passed over 200 executive orders in his last term, and all but 14 were completely overturned. What that speaks to is the fact that doing executive orders, it's not efficient. It doesn't work. Joseph Robinette Biden understood that getting actual legislation passed in a bipartisan manner is more efficient than actually signing an executive order. That's why he got the Chips and Science Act passed. That's why he got the PAC Act passed. That's why he got the infrastructure bill passed, and all in bipartisan manner, right? And the amazing thing about that is that he got all of that passed and it stands. What up, Fax? Merry Christmas. He got all of that passed and it stands, versus Donald Trump trying to Bigfoot his way into making things happen. So the fact of the matter is, Joe Biden introduced bipartisan legislation to actually address the issue on the border. It was led by a Republican who, James Langford, who actually went through the whole process. They spent approximately about 2 years working on bipartisan legislation, giving the Republicans more than what they wanted, and Democrats had to give up a lot. And they got to the actual end right when it was about to go over the finish line, and Donald Trump called out and said, don't do it. Don't pass this legislation that would secure our borders and help with border patrol and judges and help with asylum and all of this stuff. Donald Trump said, don't do it, right? And so then what happened was the Republicans came back and said, we can't do it. There's too much, quote unquote, fat. There's too much, quote unquote, fat in the bill. And so, because they had funding and for Ukraine and all this other stuff in it. So they stripped away all of those additional items, which, fun fact, they still passed all those additional items that they said was the problem in the original bill. So they took all the other stuff out. That stuff still got passed. The money still went to Ukraine, all that other stuff. And they reintroduced that same bill specifically targeting the border. And Donald Trump said, I need to be able to run on that. I need to be able to talk about that because this is all that I have. And so he sent his ghouls, including Matt Gaetz, which Matt Gaetz has been shown to actually commit statutory rape of a 17-year-old and also spend $90K on Schmecks. And Donald Trump wanted him to be the AG. Anyway, So he sent his cronies out to actually say, don't pass it. And they couldn't pass the bill. So that forced Joe Biden to sign an executive order, which got border crossings back down to the levels that they were under the Trump administration. So what say you to all of that, Javier?
Again, I'll be honest. I'm not prepared to argue any bills, any of that. Like I said, I may have gone on the wrong TikTok discussion, but what I can tell you is, if you were to ask me why did you vote for Trump, it just seems like the sane choice. It has to.
I hear you,
because we're just talking about all the stuff Trump's doing. You guys are not bringing up what the left has done, the crazy stuff they do.
Can you tell me something crazy that the left has done?
That the left is done the way it is. Well, all the hate. First off, all the hate.
You've said that before, and I'm asking, what's the hate?
What's the hate?
Yes, tell me specifically what's the hate.
I feel, and this is just my opinion, that there's way more racism on the left than there will ever be on the right.
How?
As far as white folks
How?
Being racist.
You said towards white people?
Yes, of course.
You can't be racist towards white people. That's not how it works.
That's a race. How can you not be racist towards white people?
Hey, Javier, what's racism? Or better yet, what's race?
Race? Well, I won't have a definition, like a dictionary definition, but to me, a race is just a group of people. Where you come from.
No, race is based off of phenotypical characteristics. What is racism?
Racism is just not liking somebody else just for the pure fact that they're a different race than you are.
No, that's not true. Racism is an
okay,
actual.
Here you're doing all these like.
No, I'm trying to explain. No, listen, I'm trying to explain to you what it is, Javier, because you're using words that don't apply, and you think that it's something when it's not. I'm trying to fully understand. I'm trying to fully explain to you what these things are and why it doesn't apply and why you're absolutely wrong.
No, you're telling me that racism doesn't exist. It cannot exist.
I've never said racism doesn't exist. I'm telling you that people can't be racist towards whitey people because whitey people, racism is based off a system of oppression, and the patriarchal system that's set up in the United States. Whitey people, especially cis het whitey men, are at the top of the patriarch. So you cannot oppress someone who's at the top. You can't oppress someone that's above you. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
No, but we're talking about everyday folks out here. We're not talking about. I'm
talking about the fact is that the United States of America values a cis het white man more than me. It's based off.
That is not true. That is not true.
Absolutely
you think
true.
It's systematic racism.
Yes, there is systematic racism.
Where though? I've never.
There's multiple forms of racism. Sorry, I'm fucking up. Listen,
how though? Like I feel like black folks are the richest in America mostly. You know, if there was racism, you wouldn't have.
Did you just say that black people are the richest people in America?
If not the second after white. Like, if there's racism, how is that? How do you have all these athletes and all these people making millions and millions? I mean,
just because you can actually make millions off of actual physical attribute doesn't make you
systematic racism.
What the fuck are we talking about, Javier?
Bro,
Javier.
Okay,
Javier.
You have that German guy on the Time magazine.
Javier.
That was real racism. That was racism. You couldn't have a Jew be a millionaire. They would take it from you.
Javier.
If there was systematic racism, they would take Jay-Z's wealth. They would take anybody's wealth.
You just compared athletes being able to make money in America to everything else.
Not just
that's insane, Javier.
America is not racist.
America is racism as American as apple pie. Racism was born, bred. Racism is a fundamental part of the United States. Racism is what the United States manufactures. The United States is number one in racism. What are you talking about, Javier?
It is not. It is not. Just because you guys say, "Hey, the country is racist," doesn't make it so.
Javier.
It was racist at one point.
Not at one point. It is to this day. And the guy that you voted for is a racist. Donald Timothy Trump is a racist.
What makes you believe that, though?
He has actively perpetuated racism throughout his entire life. And to this day, he has done nothing to actually push back or make up for his racism.
No, there's just...
In the 70s, Donald Trump would not rent his apartments to people of color. It was racism. Donald Trump went after the Central Park Five, and Donald Trump went after the Central Park Five and said those black men should be unalive for a crime that they did not commit. Donald Trump has said that laziness is a trait of black people. Donald Trump helped perpetuate the birther movement and said that Barack Obama couldn't be president because he's not American. He has to be from Kenya. Donald Trump said that Kamala Harris turned black. Donald Trump said that Haitian migrants were eating cats and dogs and put a target not only on Haitian people in Springfield, Ohio, but everyday black people. Donald Trump allegedly has called people the N-word on the set of his show, The Apprentice. Donald Trump is a racist. Donald Trump's father, Fred Trump, was arrested at a Triple K rally. Donald Trump is a racist.
Yeah, well, I disagree.
So Javier, you're telling me you don't think that he's a racist?
I don't, and I don't think America is systematically racist.
It doesn't matter what you think, Javier. I just pulled out the receipts. Now you give me yours.
I mean,
stop saying you don't think and you don't feel, and give me some actual facts.
The fact that you're sitting there on a TikTok thing, if it was racist, you wouldn't have a black guy anywhere or be able to go anywhere you want to go.
Cool. Let's use TikTok for example. Let's keep it funky. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? You know what's funny is that there are other YT creators on this app. I love them. I respect them. I interact with them all the time, but they don't have to play by the same rules that I have to play by because of the way that this is. You know what? I got a better one. Right? So I was on a live and I was going through the whole, like, talking through everything, right? And there was a guy who I had in the box, and he couldn't be patient enough for me to finish telling people to tap the screen, share the live, Cash App, PayPal, all of those good things. He couldn't be patient enough for me to actually do any of that. And he flat out called me the N-word with the hard ER, right?
Okay.
He called me the N-word with a hard ER. I clipped the video and I posted the video, right? And TikTok flagged the video, said that I couldn't post that video because of the words that we're saying. It muted out the volume. I appealed it and I won the appeal. The video's on my page right now with someone calling me the hard, howdy partner, the hard ER at this very moment. Someone put a comment on my page. A YT man put a comment on my page and said something insane. And I told him, I said, you don't have two rocks click clacking in your head. They're just blowing past each other. You don't have two brain cells to connect. And TikTok flagged that and said that I couldn't say that. And I appealed that. And the appeal was denied. And they told me I couldn't say that. So the simple fact of the matter is that this app allowed someone to call me the hard ER and leave the video up of them calling me the hard ER versus me saying that someone didn't have two brain cells to rub together. So are you telling me that these things are equal?
Of course they're not, but you're saying that proves that we have systematic racism in America.
I'm telling you that there's racism in every facet of the United States of America, and even on this very app. And there's inequality across this very app. There's certain things that people can do and say that other people can't do and say because of the way that racism is or is not accepted.
Okay, why is yeah, I get that, but you're saying You're making good arguments, but then when you say there cannot be racism against white folks, how?
Because you don't understand what racism is. That's my point. I tried to explain to you what racism is.
Okay, no, you
can be bigoted towards white people. You can be bigoted, but you can't be racist, because racism is a system of oppression, and you can't oppress the people that are at the top.
No, that's completely wrong. You're
okay, Javier. Give me a second. Give me a second, Javier.
Even when Obama was the president, you would say white people were at the top.
Yes. Yes. Even when Barack Obama was the president of the United States, racism was rampant. They made dolls and hangings of Barack Obama and hung them from trees. They called Barack Obama every name in the book. And the reason why we got Donald Jimothy Trump as the president to follow Barack Obama is because it was a blacklash. It was a blacklash. People were infuriated by having to have 8 years of a black man as the president of the United States. And they went to the far extreme, even though Barack Obama saved the housing market, saved the banks, saved the airlines, helped turn around our economy, and handed off Donald Trump a booming economy. They went away from him and picked someone else that was complete opposite because of a backlash. Yes, the United States of America is racist to this day. The reason why, there's multiple reasons why Kamala Harris didn't win this election, but two main reasons is because she, right there, it's a woman, she's a woman, is a black woman. The United States absolutely rejected about that. No, the United States absolutely rejected a black woman in favor of a 34 count felon who has been adjudicated for rape, who is a fascist, and said that he wants to be a dictator on day one.
To say something about the being a woman and black, I'll tell you this. I'm pretty sure most Trump supporters would have voted for Candace Owens over Trump. Maybe if she was
bullshit talking point.
That's not a bullshit talking point. She's black and she's a woman. I would have voted for her over Trump.
I'm not saying each and every person would have, but it's a bullshit talking point. For anyone to say that, it's a bullshit talking point. It's something that you use to make yourself feel better. It's just like those people. It's just like those people say, well, I voted for Barack Obama. Fuck out of here. They had a chance to elect Nikki Haley. I am not the biggest Nikki Haley fan, but I am from South Carolina. Nikki Haley is accomplished. She's smart. She gets the job done. Nikki Haley would have been a better Republican candidate than Donald Trump. And the Republican Party rejected that woman. They would not, for you to sit here and say, I would vote for Candace Owens is a bullshit talking point, because Candace Owens is nothing but a talking figurehead for the Republican Party. She is not an actual candidate. She is not someone who's going to run for the president of the United States. And it's an easy cop-out. Go on mute for me just for a moment. Let me read these off. W's in the chat for Trevor. Trevor sent a $10 donation through Cash App to say, Merry Xmas, your facts beat their opinions always. Absolutely. You know how we get down, Trevor. You absolutely know how we get down. W's in the chat for Trevor. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. W's in the chat for Jocelyn. Jocelyn sent a $1 donation and says, bro needs to pick up a history book and realize America was built on systematic oppression. That is absolutely a fact. W's in the chat for Jocelyn. Thank you so much for that, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Also, guys, let's keep tapping the screen. We're at 152,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get this thing up to 200,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 600 shares. And we also have our daily live gifts, which is the Let Them Cook. That's what I've been doing up here. I'm going to continue to cook. Guys, I need you to continue to be here with me, continue to actually engage and be an active participant of this. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are not a Trump supporter, please do not request up. This is not Late Nights with Santana. I am not talking to friendlies. I am only talking to Trump supporters. If you are someone that is a friendly, you can tap the screen, share the live, gift, all those wonderful things. You can even donate, and I will read out your message, but only Trump supporters are in the box. Raiden, are you still there? Let me send you a request to come off mute.
Yeah.
All right, Raiden, what do you want to add?
Well, I just think all this race talk, bro, that's in the past now. We ain't dealing with that no more. So we need to just move on. Like
so, Raiden, are you saying if you're saying if we don't talk about racism that it'll go away?
Well, of course it will. But black people today is the progenitors of race, so y'all ain't gonna let it go.
You know why we won't let it go, Raiden? Raiden, you know why we won't let it go?
It don't matter.
Because it still affects us today.
It's already gone. It's gone.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Raiden.
Can I say one
thing? Raiden, do you know?
Man, I've been waiting an hour to talk, bro.
Yeah, listen. And you waited an hour to talk, and as soon as you came off mute, you let stupid shit fall out your mouth.
Bro, listen, I'm telling you the way it is. You can have
No, you're not.
Bro, what you talking about is done. It's over
Raiden,
with.
What is your race?
Are you now? Black
Raiden,
and white
what is your race?
No more.
Raiden, what is your race?
I am a white boy, bro.
Exactly. So you don't get to say racism is gone because you don't have to deal with racism.
It is, bro.
You don't.
It is.
Raiden,
it don't matter what you say.
Raiden,
bro.
do you know what stop and frisk is?
It don't, bro. I don't.
Raiden, do you know what stop and frisk is?
I don't care about it.
I know you don't care about it because it doesn't affect you, Raiden.
No. Are you telling me I have not had my ass whooped by police several times?
What I'm telling you is that black people are disproportionately affected by police and by
that's bullshit, bro. Look at
it's statistics. I don't give a shit about your feelings, Raiden.
Bro, white people getting shot by police.
Raiden, I don't care about your feelings. Raiden, I don't care about your feelings. Bring me facts. Bring me facts, Raiden.
What do you mean
Raiden,
facts? But what facts about what?
Pull the statistics as far as the actual arrest rate and also the overturning.
Can't pull none of that stuff. I ain't got no camera. I can't pull up my camera. You can do that.
No, exactly. Give me a source and I'll pull it up. Give me a source and I'll pull it up.
Oh, bro, FBI, bro. Before 2021.
What on the FBI? What on the FBI?
2021, bro. Make sure it's got to be before 2021.
What on the FBI? Give me a specific thing to pull up, Raiden.
Stop recording black crimes, bro, after 2021 because
that's not true.
Bad for y'all.
Also, FYI, Raiden, it's just crime. When's the last time you talked about white on white crime?
Because it don't exist compared to black on black crime, bro.
No, because the simple fact of the matter is there's more white people that are locked up than there are black people. There are more white people in jail.
Should have that record.
There are more white people in jail than there are black people. Yes, it does exist. It's not a thing. It's not a quote unquote thing because it's not a quote unquote thing because it's not something that is that's beneficial to talk about.
8,000 of y'all.
8,000 what?
Each other, bro.
8,000 what?
1,000 black men die every year by other black men every year.
Okay, so like tell me where I can find Raiden.
It ain't white people doing that.
Tell me where I can find that information.
FBI, bro.
Give me the actual site. I'm sitting in front of my computer right now. Tell me,
bro.
Where? Okay, okay. You know what? Hold on. Let's go through this thought process. Let's go through this thought process.
Yeah, look, while you at it, look at how many.
No, shut up, and I want you to follow this thought process, Raiden. I don't want you to add shit to it.
Y'all genocided half y'all's race, bro, and you complaining because you ain't got your numbers up. Yeah, it's all y'all, bro.
Who G-side half of the race? What are you talking about?
Y'all AB'd half of your race. You only 44 million today.
Okay, I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up because one, you don't know what you're talking about. Two, you're saying the most insane shit. It was entertaining before when you came up here talking about, oh, Donald Trump is still the president. But now your insane conspiracy theories is the dumbest shit that I've ever heard. You're dumb. You're absolutely stupid. You don't know things. I was willing to actually play this game with you and look up information. But for you to say insane stuff like that, you don't get to talk. You don't get to talk. As a matter of fact, you don't even get to be up here anymore. You're stupid. You're stupid. W's in the chat for Gene. Gene sent a $1 donation and says Javier must be Chantizzle's husband. Absolutely. Absolutely. W's in the chat for Gene. W's in the chat for Jordan. Jordan sent a $1 donation saying, are we doing bounties? Raiden has pissed me off. Yeah, you know what? I guess we will. We'll do a $50 bounty. $50 bounty on anybody that's up here if we want to get them up out the paint. That's the only way I'll do it. $50 bounties. W's in the chat for Jordan. W's in the chat for David. David sent a $15 donation saying, keep fighting the endless fight. Love the community. Love what you're doing. White males have to learn so much. Absolutely. Thank you so much, David. W's in the chat for Stephanie. Stephanie sent a $5 donation, said, Lord, curse them the F out. Listen, Stephanie, I'm trying to be civil. Thank you. Thank you. Javier.
Yes, sir.
Javier.
Yes.
What do you want to add? Because thank you so much for the cake. Because you're saying that racism doesn't exist. It's not still a thing. Your friend just went off on the most insane.
That is not my friend.
That is someone that you voted with. That is your friend. That is your partner in crime. What do you want to add?
So did you vote for Kamala?
Yes.
So does that mean that all the extreme shit on the left, you agree with that just because you voted for Kamala?
Extreme shit like what?
Like the other stuff, gender affirmation for kids. Do you think kids should be allowed?
Yes, I do,
13,
because again,
14?
and I'm gonna say this: you don't understand things, right? And so you don't understand what gender affirming care is. So for you to say that, I know for a fact you don't know what it actually is. So,
okay,
but yes,
okay. Whenever they ask,
you know who else? You know who else supports gender affirming care for kids?
I do not. No.
Donald Jimothy Trump. You want to know why I say that?
Yeah, why do you say that?
Because they asked Donald Trump about transgenders, and I have it right here. Right, this is from his Time magazine interview, and they said the question is, can I shift to transgender issues? Obviously, sort of a major issue during the campaign. In 2016, you said that transgender people could use whatever bathroom they choose. Do you still feel that way? And then Donald Trump said, when was that? And then the person interviewer said, in 2016. And then Donald Trump said, I don't want to get into the bathroom issues because it's a very small number of people we're talking about. It ripped apart our country, so they'll have to settle whatever the law finally agrees. So Donald Trump is saying that he backs whatever the decision is of the courts. Well, in Missouri, they just ruled to uphold that gender affirming care for people below the age of 18 is acceptable. So, i.e., the courts agreed with gender affirming care for people under the age of 18, and Donald Trump said he agrees with the courts. Therefore, Donald Trump agrees with gender affirming care for people under the age of 18. So your candidate, the president-elect, agrees with it as well.
What year was this?
This was from his Time magazine interview that just came out. This picture right here, it's from the interview from this picture this year.
Okay, well, I would have to read that because I strongly doubt that.
I don't give a shit what you strongly doubt, though. Listen, Javier, you keep talking about your feelings and you keep talking about, what you think. Javier, I'm giving you facts. I keep talking about facts, but you're not dealing with facts.
Those are not facts.
It is facts. It's from his it came from the horse's mouth.
Just because you say so doesn't make it.
It's true because Donald Trump said it himself. Should I believe Donald Jimothy Trump or your lying ass mouth, Javier? Which one?
I'm not lying. And that's the thing with you guys on the left. You start talking shit like, oh, you're lying ass mouth. I'm being respectful. I'm trying to see, because I'm like, okay, what I've seen and why I voted for the right didn't necessarily have to be Trump. I'm not a big time, I love Trump, but there's no way that I can vote for the left. There's just no way.
Yeah,
I see racism.
Yeah, you would rather vote for someone. You would rather vote for someone who is an adjudicated rapist, a 34 count felon, someone who tried to overthrow the United States government, versus voting for someone who wants progression, who wants equal rights,
That's
someone
not
who
what-
wants to
that's not what
protect
they want.
people. You
That's
would
what they
rather
say they
you
want.
would
That's-
rather vote for someone who sexualize a 10-year-old than a woman with a funny laugh.
No,
Donald
that's
Trump
incorrect.
saw a
That's-
10-year-old and told other 10-year-olds, I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. You would rather vote for someone that said that he can grab women by the P word. You would rather vote for someone who said that he walked
Yeah,
into
you
a
shouldn't use that
changing
one.
room that had underage girls in it because he quote unquote owns the place.
No, you're just nitpicking stuff.
No, I'm calling out the facts and you're sitting here talking about your feelings. You haven't given me one fact yet.
I have the border. Why open borders? Why are
Again,
black folks
what did the
racist
Biden-Harris
against
administration
whites
do
and
to
it's
open the border, Javier?
okay?
Daniel, are you
They-
there? Daniel-san, you're a teacup. If you can't see me, I can't hear you. Daniel-san, if you can't see me, I can't hear you. Daniel-san? There we go.
Hello.
Daniel-san, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. Give me a moment here, Daniel-san. Javier, I want you to go find an actual source for me where Joe Biden opened up the borders. I need an actual source and not your feelings.
They
So-
were in power, so then who did it?
The
I see
borders,
immigrants here all the
the
time.
borders were not open. There was no legislation that was passed to actually open up the border, and actual migration has slowed down because of what Kamala Harris did. Kamala Harris went down to the Triangle countries and actually negotiated
The
to help
reason
keep
migration slowed down is because they started busing them in and flying them maybe first class to New York and all that shit.
Who? Tell me
The
who.
people in power, Democrats.
Tell me who.
Democrats. I can't tell you specifically who
No,
was the guy that said,
no,
okay,
no.
let's fly the
You're
plane ticket.
absolutely right. There were definitely people. There were definitely people who were actually shipped from certain places to New York and to Chicago. Which states were they shipped from?
Texas was main one.
Perfect. Texas. What other state were they shipped from?
I think Florida.
Perfect. Who? The governors of Texas and Florida. What party are they? What party are they?
Republican.
So are you telling me that the Democrats ship those legal immigrants, as you would say, to those other states, but somehow the actual Republican governors are the ones that are in charge? So who's shipping? And if you want to keep it funky, then that's trafficking. So the Republican governors for Florida and Texas shipped those legal asylum-seeking immigrants to other states. And you know what they also did, Javier?
What was that?
They kept the money that is given to them by the federal government to help support those legal immigrants. They kept the money, they shipped the people out.
They were
So
not legal
who
immigrants. None of
sent
those were
those legal immigrants to other states, Javier? Was
None
it
of
the
those were
Democratic
legal-
Party
they
or
were
was it
not
the
legal
Republican
immigrants.
Party?
They were illegal immigrants. None of them
They
legal.
were asylum-seeking immigrants. That's why the federal government gave Texas and Florida money for them. And that's why Greg Abbott and fucking Ron DeSantis was able to actually put them on planes and buses and ship them to other areas. The states did it. They didn't do it themselves. The actual states did it. If they were quote unquote undocumented or quote unquote illegal, then they would have shipped them back to the country they came for. They didn't ship them back to another country. They shipped them to a different state because they were here legally. So again, Javier, I ask, who is shipping immigrants to other states?
They
The
allowed
Republican
them
Party
to
or
come
the
into the
Democratic
country,
Party?
and they wouldn't allow.
Javier, answer the
Greg
question.
Abbott or
Howdy,
anybody.
partner.
They
Who-
didn't allow them to deport them.
Javier,
That's why they were
answer
like,
the
okay, we'll
question.
just get rid of them. We'll get rid of them, we'll
Javier,
send them
answer
to
the question.
blue states.
Javier, is it the Republican Party or the Democratic Party? Answer the question.
It was the people in power, Democratic people.
You are a fucking liar, Javier.
No, you're telling me who shipped them? Yes. So yes,
it was the Republican governors. How are the Democrats in power when Texas and Florida are two states where they almost Florida? I know they have a super majority. I'm not sure about Texas. I know they're close to it, but they have a super majority in Florida of Republicans. How can the Democratic Party do anything if they have no power in those states? Make it make sense, Javier.
No, you're asking me. I'm trying to answer the question. Yes, Texas shipped them, but they
and who is in charge of Texas, Javier?
Greg Abbott, because they wouldn't allow.
And Greg Abbott is what party, Javier?
Okay, we've gone through.
Greg Abbott is what party, Javier?
They're Republicans.
And so that means which party shipped people, Javier?
They come back the next day.
Which party shipped people, Javier?
I just told you they send them.
Which party shipped people, Javier?
The Republican.
That's all that I needed. You get up out the paint now. You get we got you up out the paint. You just took a L. You know what that means. Too easy, guys. W's in the chat for Gene. Gene sent another $1 donation. Said, what do you call it when a bicycle gets arrested for a minor offense? A pedal crime. W's in the chat for Gene. W's in the chat for Lily, who sent a $3 donation saying, keep being awesome. Oh, thank you for the money gun. Thank you so much, Lily. W's in the chat for Rodney, who sent a $10 donation saying, I like your style of educating the right. Listen, somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. Hey, thank you for the Christmas tree. And also W's in the chat for Victoria. Victoria sent a $10 donation saying, I woke up to racism in America after reading this book. Waking Up White and Finding Myself in the Story of Race by, thank you for the money gun, Rick. What up, Rick? By Debbie Irving. Thank you, Santana. I'm assuming you're saying some white people don't get it. So embarrassing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. W's in the chat for all of the actual donators. And guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24. Hey, thank you for the money. Thank you for the heart me. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. If you are a Trump supporter, please get in the box. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are not a Trump supporter, please tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 300,000 likes. There's 1,500 of us here right now, and we can actually blow these likes out of the water. So I'm going to say, let's hit the 300,000 mark. Keep tapping the screen, share the live out. I'm going to reset the daily gift goal. It'll help push us out to the FYP and keep these conversations going. We do have Daniel Son here, who is a Trump supporter. We're going to go ahead and get to him. The diamond something. Are you a Trump supporter?
Hell no.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you. I appreciate you. Listen, guys, do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. I am only talking to Trump supporters. This is Sparring with Santana, not Late Nights with Santana. If you are friendly, let's do all the other wonderful things to actually keep the live going. But if you are not a Trump supporter, please do not request up. Is it, how do you say your name, friend? Rod something? Rod, are you there? Rod. All right, Rod, I'm gonna drop you down.
What the heck is that?
It's your phone, Rod. Rod, it's God. Come to your phone, Rod. Come to your phone, Rod. Yeah, I'm gonna drop you down. Again, guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. I am only talking to Trump supporters. This is Sparring with Santana. This is Sparring with Santana. Only get in the box if you are a Trump supporter. Serge, are you a Trump supporter? Serge, are you a Trump supporter? Holy smokes. Okay, Daniel.
Yes.
I'm assuming that you request. I'm just going to bypass the preliminaries, right? And understand that you know for a fact that Donald Trump is a liar. So with that being said, and that being the working point that we're starting at, can you tell me which one of these lies of Donald Trump is your favorite lie? Is it the lie about the groceries taxes, about the swamp, about drilling, or about the election? Which one of these lies is your favorite lie of Donald Jimothy Trump?
If I'm a Trump supporter, how would that be a lie? I would probably question the tax cuts for all, even though she does mention cutting for both parties, and not just for the rich, but for the working class as well.
Yeah, have you seen what his proposed tax plans will do as far as raising taxes?
If he implements what? I'm sorry.
With his proposed tax cuts, what they will actually do if he thank you so much for the heart hand. What it will actually do if his tax plans are actually implemented?
Is that legislation the Project 2025 or
no? So, and I shared this earlier, but basically, the ITEP did a study on its proposed tax plan and found that taxes will be raised on everyone except the richest 5%. Let's fun thought process. Daniel, just roundabout number. What do you make a year? $80,000. Okay, perfect. So $80,000 with Donald Trump's proposed tax plan, with you making $80,000 as of 2026, you will be paying $80,000. Oh, Tony, I'm going to mute you. You have an echo. You would be paying an additional $1,530 a year in taxes.
Well, it feels like I already do in California.
Yeah, well, I mean, state taxes are different than federal taxes. I'm talking about federal taxes. I get what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I
that's
do
cool.
like that he proposed no taxes on overtime. And
do you know how they plan on doing that? Hey, thank you for the superpowers. You know how they plan on doing that?
How? No. Good.
Did you read any of Project 2025?
I not really, but I know that it is not his. He's not the author of that.
No, he wasn't. Listen, he also lied about that. They said we know nothing about Project 2025. I don't know anything about that. And as soon as he won the presidency, all the Republicans started coming out and said, actually, yep, Project 2025, that's our jam. We're running that playbook. And not only did they say that it was theirs, but he started to actually put people in place that wrote Project 2025. Yeah, his actual pick for the FCC wrote the portion of the FCC for Project 2025. Right. His quote unquote borders are
the OMB is what's his name? Something Vance Velt or something like that. He wrote he authored some legislation in Project 2025.
Yeah, that's my point. Donald Trump said that they have nothing to do with it. They're not affiliated with it. But literally after he became president-elect, they admitted to, yes, this is the game plan. And they started putting people in place from the Heritage Foundation that wrote Project 2025 to actually implement these things that they actually created. So with that being said, the way that they plan on doing no tax on overtime, they plan on getting rid of overtime, my friend.
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah. So the plan that's listed in Project 2025 is that they're going to give the ability for those companies to actually dictate how overtime is deemed, i.e., if you work 60 hours 1 week, right? They have the ability to say, okay, you work 60 hours 1 week. You're only going to work 20 hours this week. So it still averages out to 40 hours. So you don't get overtime. Or they can actually give you PTO, paid time off, instead of paying you overtime. So you're absolutely right. There won't be any taxes on overtime because there won't be overtime.
Well, what about like in law enforcement, sheriffs, for example, they do a lot of overtime. They do 60 hours plus.
Yeah, again, perfectly fine. And I'm not saying that every single position, but they have an overarching plan to work on getting rid of overtime. And again, second thing is, it's not just actually saying, oh, you know, every week is that they have the ability to say, instead of you actually getting paid, you're going to receive paid time off days for that time. Yeah, so instead of you getting paid for those 8 hours, it's going to be rolled over into a future PTO for you. Also, they're given the ability to make everyone salaried. So you don't have to actually have hourly workers anymore. You can just make them salary.
Yeah. Well, like for example, he spoke with the director of the union of the longshoremen, and they had a what he calls a very productive conversation, and he was quite impressed with Donald Trump's conversation. And I thought, for a second, for a while, I thought that the unions, for example, they were doing away with. He was against that, but apparently not.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And for a while, the unions thought that they were going to actually, benefit from Donald Trump, but quite literally, there's been multiple unions after Donald Trump was elected that has come out, and they're not only disappointed in Donald Trump, they're calling on Donald Trump to not fulfill some of his promises, including the farmers union, who doesn't want Donald Trump to deport their workers, and also the union in Pennsylvania, who doesn't want Donald Trump to actually implement his tariffs. I don't understand how you guys could vote for Donald Trump and then turn around and say, hey, we know that we voted for you, but please don't do the stuff that you said.
In Pennsylvania, for example, what sector was that? What local?
I'd have to look it up specifically to tell you which union it was. Give me a second. But again, why is it that certain stuff is said or done, and then you guys turn around and say, no, please don't do this to me, even though Donald Trump has been openly saying that he's going to do those things? I don't understand that point.
Specifically with like Pennsylvania, I really thought that Kamala was going to win that state. And I just find it interesting that he won all swing states. She had a project with colored people, Latino and blacks, in Philadelphia. It was Operation Dunkirk. But anyway, it was meant to spread word on voting with colored people, and it didn't do so well. I was reading an article on how Operation Dunkirk failed, and I thought, well, Philadelphia belongs to Kamala, and I was just sort of disappointed with that campaign. So, I mean, there's a lot of anomalies and inconsistencies, and frankly, I'm sort of shocked that he overturned a lot of things, and
yeah, I'm not shocked about any of this. And you said colored people. Are you talking about black people, or are you talking about people of color? I'm so confused right now.
Black and Hispanics.
Okay, so you mean people of color? Yeah, you mean people of color. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. It was to spread and I believe that Barack Obama was part of that campaign trail too in Philadelphia.
Yeah, absolutely. So just an FYI, just to address a couple of things. Thank you so much for the heart me. Just to address a couple of things. It's the auto workers. It's Bushley Beard United Auto Workers that's led by Dan Vincent. And they're upset about the tariffs that's going to hurt their actual the auto industry.
In Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And let me do this. I'm sorry. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping, guys. W's in the chat for Vince. Vince sent a $1 donation saying new follower. Vince, what up, Vince? You part of the crew now, baby. W's in the chat for Martha. Martha sent a $5 donation. Thank you so much, Martha. You are so kind, so amazing. W's in the chat for Martha. W's in the chat for Clarence. Clarence sent a $10 donation saying, for the way that you cook these MAGA morons, bro. Listen, I appreciate you. It's, ain't no thing but a chicken wing. W's in the chat for Clarence, guys. Keep tapping the screen. Share the live out. Listen, the likes are moving slow. So I'm going to say, we're at 254,000 likes. I'm going to say 10 minutes to get up to 350,000 likes, or I'm going to go to sub only. Right? I know we can do it. Let's tap the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things. Also, I do have a sub goal. We need 11 subscribers to hit our sub goal. So if you would like to become a sub, please consider doing so. Becoming a sub gets you access to a lot of things. It gets you access to our amazing Discord, where we have a lot of information, resources. I share up-to-date information and new things that I'm doing. And it also gets you access to an amazing community. It gets you access to a fast pass when it comes to Late Nights with Santana, when I have these panel discussions. If you want to actually come up on the panel and join the discussion, the subs get priority, so you can actually join that discussion. And it also gives you access to a monthly kick where if we're having a conversation and you don't like what's being said, and there's more than 2 people on the panel with that same position, then you can actually go ahead and type kick. And as long as they've been on the panel for at least 10 minutes, then we can go ahead and get them up out the paint. So we only need 11 subscribers to hit our daily goal. So if you're not a subscriber, hey, Brian, thank you for the sub. Oh, you sent one. Thank you for sending out a sub. Thank you so much. You're so freaking awesome. You're so kind, guys. That means we only need 10 more subs to hit our sub goal for the day. So if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Again, once we got 8 minutes, if we're not at 350,000 likes within the next 8 minutes, I'm going to go to sub only. Pick a side. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. Daniel, give me 1 second.
Can you hear me?
Let me. Yeah, I can hear
Time
you.
Magazine. I sent a link of the Person of the Year issued. He doesn't mention that he's for gender affirming care. I believe.
Thank you for the sub, Thomas. Yeah, again, I didn't say he was for gender affirming care. What Donald Trump said. Hey, Nancy, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Guys, we're now in a sub wave. We only need 2 more subscribers to close out the sub wave. And we have, what is it? We have 14. I'm sorry, we need 3 more subscribers within the next 14 minutes. Now, 2 more. No one just subbed. You are freaking awesome. Catherine, you just subbed. You're amazing as well. Let's go. Thank you, guys. We are in a sub wave. Let's close this out. No, I'm not saying that he said that he's for gender affirming care. What he actually said is that he doesn't want to talk about it. It's not a big deal. And he wants to uphold whatever the courts say. And the courts in Missouri just upheld, W's in the chat for hell, for becoming a subscriber. The courts upheld that that gender affirming care in Missouri, they upheld gender affirming care for those people that are under the age of 18. Thank you for sending out the subs. That's why I'm saying that he's for gender affirming care, because he said he believes he's backing the courts, and the courts are saying gender affirming care is a thing. Mel, thank you for the sub. Let's go.
Sure, just like Roe versus Wade, it's per state on.
That's such an asinine argument when we talk about sending it back to the states. We'll get to it in a second. Let me just do this real quick. Pick a side. You have red bars. Can you hear me? Pick a side. Can you hear me? You have red bars.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pick a side. You have red bars. Your signal isn't great.
I hear you, bro.
Lynn Clark, thank you for the sub. You're a part of the family now.
Oh man.
Pick a side. We can agree that Donald Trump is an absolute liar, right?
Everyone's a liar.
I hear you, but we can agree that Donald Trump, if
everyone is a liar, everyone lies.
Right. But if there was an Olympics for lying, Donald Trump would get a gold medal every year, right?
For every lie.
Yeah, I think we all would get a gold medal. We all lie.
I mean, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. I wouldn't gold medal
lies.
lying.
I mean,
I wouldn't. I don't think I would place. Anyway, pick a side. Which one of these lies is your favorite lie that Donald Trump told? Is it the lie about groceries, taxes, about the swamp, about drilling, or about the election? Which lie do you love the most?
2024 election win.
Okay, perfect. Do you know what he lied about?
That's my favorite.
Do you know what he lied about?
I don't know. To tell me. Let me know.
Cool. So Donald Trump,
tell me.
Let me say this. Officially, Donald Trump is the president-elect, right? But what we have realized over these last couple of weeks is that we have a shadow president.
Mm-hmm.
We have a co-president. We thought that we had a first lady, but apparently Elon Musk is running shit. Elon Musk has the ability to actually bring the government to a halt and flex that power. There's reports that now Republican members of Congress, when there's tweets that go out, whether it's tweets from Elon or tweets from Donald Trump, they don't know who to actually follow up on first. And even more than that, they know for a fact that Elon Musk is the richest man on earth, and now he is an oligarch that's collecting power. Donald Trump himself felt so threatened that he had to address that at Turning Point Action during his speech when he made a quote-unquote joke about Elon Musk not being president and saying that he can't be president because he's not born here. And I always say there's some truth in every joke. Thank you so much for the, I miss who it was, but thank you for the sub. Thank you so much for the sub. So tell me now, tell me exactly how Donald Trump is the president-elect when Elon Musk is the one pulling the strings. Make it make sense.
Well, I don't think Elon, I don't think Elon's pulling strings, but he's definitely going to be there to efficiently, help the government. The government is so top heavy right now. There's got to be some efficiency. The government spends so much money on bullshit. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. But let me ask you a question. First of all, I love this back and forth. I love this.
I'll let you ask a question in just a second. You're saying that. Thank you so much for the heart hands, guys. You are amazing. Thank you for the hand hearts. I'm sorry. You're saying that, but the Republican Party wants to add another $4 trillion to our debt by implementing tax cuts. So when you talk about the money being spent, yeah, they want to spend more money, but they're talking. Thank you for the heart. They're talking about cutting things like benefits for veterans and Medicaid and Medicare. So they're talking about getting rid of these social safety nets in order to actually help pay for their tax cuts while adding more to the debt. Are you okay with that?
Well, let me first
gotcha,
let me that's actually a great question.
You are
so where's he
friend.
Cutting from exactly? Where's he cutting from?
I just told you they want
where's he cutting from?
They're cutting the benefits for veterans. They're also cutting Medicare, and they're also eliminating they're looking to eliminate
how are they cutting the benefits? How?
Well, specifically, they're looking to do things like when it comes to Social Security, they're looking to actually stop the funding of Social Security. Again, one thing that they're saying is, oh, no more taxes on Social Security. They want to actually eliminate the program that collects Social Security, and they want to gut the actual funds that are currently there, and they're not going to continue to fund it. So they're eliminating the process that continues to fund those actual programs, and i.e. just letting them unalive.
So that would add $4 trillion to the deficit.
No, the actual tax cuts that they want to give for the ultra wealthy would add $4 trillion to the deficit.
I've heard the same argument when he went for office the first time. He's going to cut Social Security, he's going to cut Medicare, cut veteran benefits, and he did none of those. Why do you think he's going to? Why do you think it's different this time?
You know what happened the first time? The first time, the big thing that was on there. Thank you for the hand hearts, Gail. You are amazing, Gail. You know what happened the first time? The first time they had something super important to do, which was their tax cuts, because baby need a new pair of shoes. So they lined their pockets with those tax cuts. But then what they didn't do, or they couldn't get done, is all the other crazy shit, because they only had all branches of the government for the first 2 years, right? And so they didn't have an actual plan in place to get things done. It was dysfunctional. There were people in and out, right? They now have the House, the Senate, the presidency, and the Supreme Court. And they also have a plan to get shit done. Donald Trump talked about the whole plan in 2023 when he was at a Heritage Foundation interview, saying we have a plan to hit the ground on day one. The plan is Project 2025. They have a plan to get shit done, and the plan is Project 2025. They put the people in place, they have the plan in place, and they plan on running those plays.
Right.
Is it Afro? Thank you so much for the galaxy. You're amazing.
Why do you think he wants? Why do you think he won? Why do you think he won the House and the Senate and the presidency? What the popular vote? Why do you think he won?
He didn't win the popular vote.
Yes, he did. He won the popular and the electorate vote.
Not electoral. He won the electoral college vote. He did not win the popular vote. How much of a percentage do you need to win the popular vote?
273.
No, you're thinking of the electoral college. There's a percentage.
Talk about electoral college. No.
He won the electoral college. He did not win the popular vote.
What was the numbers? What? Let's say he won the electoral college. Why do you think he won the House, the Senate, and the presidency? Why do you think he won?
Because a couple of different factors. Because the United States, there's a lot of people in the United States that don't understand that inflation wasn't caused by the Biden-Harris administration. There's a lot of people that just couldn't deal with the.
Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, it was. What was the first thing Joe Biden did?
No. Stop for a second. No. Stop for a second, because now I'm going to make you actually verify your claim. All right. So you said inflation was caused by the Biden-Harris administration.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Was there inflation around the world?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the Biden-Harris administration caused inflation in France.
Yes.
How did the Biden-Harris administration cause inflation in France?
Well, first, when the U.S. is weak, everybody's weak. And the first thing that Joe Biden did, what was the first thing Joe Biden did in office? What was the first thing he did?
No. Tell me how that the Biden and Harris administration caused inflation in France.
Well,
what do you mean, before it happened?
I'm not talking about France. I'm talking about here. I'm talking about France. I don't care about France. I'm talking about here.
You said you said the Biden-Harris administration caused inflation. You acknowledge that inflation was all around the world, and then you said that the Biden-Harris administration caused inflation in France. Now I'm saying, tell me how the Biden-Harris administration caused inflation in France.
You said France.
I asked the question. You said yes.
I said here.
I said exactly.
No,
I
you
said
didn't say France.
I said, did they? Thank you so much for the fireworks. I said, did they cause inflation in France? You said yes.
No. That's not what you. Well,
so
I let's
take. Wait. Pick a side. Pick a side. Take a step back. Let's walk through it again. Then let's walk through it again.
Come on.
Did the Biden and Harris administration cause inflation?
Yes.
Okay. Was there inflation all around the world?
In many parts of the world.
Sure. Before.
Was there inflation?
Yes, a percentage. It was at a percentage. Yes.
There was inflation all around the world. Okay, cool. Did the Biden-Harris administration cause inflation in France?
Yes. I'm not. Why are you talking about France?
Yes or no?
United States.
Yes or no?
Nobody gives a shit about France.
Yes or no?
The problem is here.
Pick a side. Yes or no?
And in France, I don't know. I don't.
The answer is no.
You asking the question about France.
The answer is no, because the Biden-Harris amendment, there was inflation. Thank you for the crown. And the inflation all around the world, and it was an actual global event. There's no way that the Biden-Harris administration could cause inflation for the entire world. It doesn't work that way. Do you know what actually creates inflation?
I'm not talking about the world.
Do you know what creates inflation? I'm not talking about the world anymore. I'm talking about the world. Inflation specifically. Do you know what causes inflation?
No, tell me.
Okay. So if you don't know what causes inflation, you don't understand that there was inflation all around the world, then stop saying shit that you don't understand. Inflation was caused by multiple things. We had a global pandemic.
But
listen, pick a side. You don't know things, so now you listen.
Right.
There was a global pandemic that affected supply chains all around the world.
Right.
That slowed down the ability of actually getting products. So there was a higher demand than there was of supply. Couple that with corporations doing things like greedflation and shrinkflation. This bottle of Gatorade that I'm drinking right here, this same bottle used to be about this big for the same price. PepsiCo knew for a fact that they could sell this same bottle that used to be this big for this size at the same price. That's shrinkflation. They also did things like raise prices above the amount that was needed for inflation. Executives went in front of a House committee and testified, yes, we came together and raised these prices higher than was needed. So it was a supply and chain issue. There was greedflation and there was shrinkflation that all impacted inflation. And it was impacted all around the world. It was not a U.S. thing. So no, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the Biden-Harris administration did not cause inflation. Now, were there contributing factors that added to it? Yes, but they didn't cause it. There's no causation for them causing inflation, and people like you don't understand that. So when you went to the voting booth, you said, I'm going to vote because Donald Trump is going to bring down inflation because Kamala Harris is going to make inflation higher, where you don't understand things.
Well, yes.
Well, here's what Trump is going to do. He's going to drill for oil. What happened is the first thing Joe Biden
did was stop
the oil production from that.
Pick a side.
Wait, let me talk. Let me talk.
But what you're saying is fundamentally wrong.
You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead. Demonstrate what you know.
When he shut down the pipeline that was greatest running since 2010 from Canada.
Again, you're wrong again. That's why I'm cutting you off.
Why am I wrong? How am I wrong?
Okay, perfect.
How am I wrong?
Two things. You said he's going to drill more. ExxonMobil's executive have come out and said that we're drilling at capacity. There's no more drilling that can be done that's not already being done. 1. 2, there was no pipeline that was shut down.
He shut down the Keystone Pipeline.
He did not shut down the Keystone Pipeline. Okay, again, I'm going to show you.
No, not the Keystone Pipeline. Not the Keystone Pipeline. There was another pipeline he shut down.
No.
Pipeline was in progress.
Hold on. Again, I'm going to show you how you don't know things, right? So, 1, there's a difference between the Keystone, which is still active, and the Keystone XL pipeline that was supposed to run from Canada down through the U.S. to Texas, right? That's what you're talking about. Pick a side. That's what you're talking about.
Right.
Joe Biden didn't shut it down. Do you know who shut it down?
Joe Biden did.
No, he did not. The United States Supreme Court. The United States Supreme Court ruled that the XL pipeline could not be built, and they ruled that while Donald Trump was still in office. And so when Joe Biden got in office, the only thing that he did was actually approve the shutting down of the building of the XL pipeline that the Supreme Court said couldn't happen. The Supreme Court shut down the building of the XL pipeline. And even more, it was concepts of a plan, just like Donald Trump had. There was no building that had started. There were no people that were hired. Nothing was happening.
Were we getting
Biden come with permits for fracking for that?
Were we getting oil from the pipeline? Was that pipeline? Was that pipeline in progress in 2010? Was it producing oil since 2010?
No.
That pipeline?
No. I just told you they hadn't even started building it yet. Again, there's a difference between the Keystone pipeline and the XL pipeline.
In 2010.
There's a difference between the
one that was in the one in operation.
Pick a side. Pick a side. I need you to put your ears on, right? Put your listening ears on. There's a difference between the Keystone pipeline and the Keystone XL pipeline. It was not functional. It was not functional.
So the Keystone was not functional since 2010?
No, the XL wasn't functional. The Keystone pipeline was, and it is still functional.
It is or it isn't.
That's the one they shut down.
They shut down the
extension is XL.
They shut. Let me try to explain this one more time. Let me try to explain this. Both of you stop talking and let me try to explain this. We have the Keystone pipeline that is currently in place and has currently been in place. That's the Keystone pipeline. There was an addition that was going to be made called the Keystone XL pipeline that ran from Canada to Texas. The Supreme Court said that we could not build the XL portion because it would run into indigenous land and they couldn't keep it from polluting indigenous land. So they said the XL portion of the Keystone could not be built. So
because of the lawsuits.
Exactly. So the Keystone Pipeline, yes, is in place. It's in progress. It's working, but the XL was not. That's the point. Again, you guys don't know things.
Biden revoked the permits.
No, he didn't. The Supreme Court shut it down.
You can look that up. It's a Googleable response.
The Supreme Court said it could not be
His first day in
built
office, Biden revoked it.
because the Supreme Court said it could not be built. What the fuck do they need permits for if the Supreme Court said they could not be built?
So let me ask you a question. Is Biden for fracking or is he not?
I don't know. I don't give a shit about
It's
fracking.
important because
is Biden going to be the president? Is Biden going to be the president after January the 20th?
Kamala was shifty on that. So
is Biden going to be the president after January the 20th?
2024, you mean?
Nope. Exactly no. So why the fuck are we talking about does Biden support fracking? The question should be, does Donald Trump support fracking?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so why the fuck are you asking about Joe Biden?
He does.
Because he's the one that revoked the permit with the Supreme Court.
Okay, both of you stop. Just stop talking for a minute, please. Just stop. Just stop. Both of you just stop talking for a minute, please. Pick a side. Daniel, stop talking for a minute. W's in the chat for Kathy and Alina. Thank you so much for the sub. W's in the chat for Kathy. Kathy just sent a $25 donation saying happy holidays. Keep educating and elevating. Thank you so much, Kathy. You are freaking amazing. Thank you for that. Didn't I say stop talking for a minute, Daniel?
I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah, stop talking for a minute, Daniel.
Sarcasm. It's kind of funny.
W's in the chat for Sonia. Sonia sent a $5 donation saying Merry Christmas, Santana. Thank you for what you do. Sonia, thank you for being here. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for everything that you do. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Sonia, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And also, guys, let's keep tapping the screen. Let's get this thing up to 400,000 likes. We're at 300. Hey, I love this. Listen, that's my new favorite hat. The teddy bear like hat thing. I want one of those in real life. Those things are so cool. The little teddy bear fur hats. If I could get one of those, I would actually wear those in real life. Thank you for that. Keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 400,000 likes. Let's get the shares to 800 shares. I know we can do that. Also, guys, if you're not following me on Twitch, I am live streaming right now on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're not following me on Twitch, please do so. It's Santana24J, Santana24 over on the Twitch side. I want to make sure that we're able to continue these conversations just in case the old TikTok, takes a nosedive. And we're able to continue to do so. So guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out. We also have our daily gift goal, which are the hand hearts. So if you guys want to knock that out, that would be awesome. If we can knock out the hand hearts, we're over halfway done with those hand hearts. So if we can close that out, it would be absolutely amazing. This is Sparring with Santana. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're a friendly, tap the screen, do all the wonderful things. Thank you so much. We got Daniel. We got Pick a Side. Neither one of them know anything. It's been
don't know anything.
You guys don't know shit.
You muted me from
I haven't muted you not one time, Daniel, son. You don't know shit.
We know the people were suffering.
You don't know shit, and Pick a Side doesn't know how to substantiate the shit that he keeps saying. You guys don't know things. I'm sorry. That's just the truth.
I can't post anything, but
here's the thing. The people. What I do know is that the people were better off under Trump than Joe Biden. We know that.
How? By what statistical measure? And I don't want to hear your feelings.
November 6th.
Let's see. Right now we're.
The stock market got a huge.
Right now, Americans.
November 6th. Why is that?
Both of you are demonstrating things at the same time together. That shit is awesome. Okay, it is awesome to hear both of you at the same time. Which question do I need to answer first? You know what? Hold on. Let's do this because I can't have both of you guys talking over each other, and I will answer either one of your questions. I would do both of them, whatever. Guys, smiley face if you want to hear from Pick a Side. Frowny face if you want to hear from Daniel. Smiley face if you want to, there's a quick poll. Smiley face if you want to hear from Pick a Side. Frowny face if you want to hear from Daniel. Whose question should we answer first? Smiley face if you want to hear from Pick a Side. Frowny face if you want to hear from Daniel first. I'm gonna let the chat pick which person do you guys want to see me beat down first? That's what it boils down to. The smiley face for pick a side, frowny face for Daniel. I'm gonna let the chat pick who actually get these beats first. It's looking like it's gonna be pick a side. All right, pick a side. Daniel, hold on for a second. Hold your question just for a moment. Pick a side. Go ahead with your question.
Are the American people better off today than they were under Trump in 2016? Are they better off today?
Trump wasn't president in 2016. Slap nuts.
Yes, he was.
Trump wasn't president in 2016. Both of you guys are so stupid.
Okay.
He won 16. You know what we mean?
Wait. When Trump was president? Were we better off now or when Trump was president?
Now.
Tell me why. Tell me
We
how.
just had a big conversation on inflation. How is that possible?
How many people
Tell me now.
unalived under Donald Trump because of his ineptitude with dealing with C-19?
The same thing can be said about.
First of all,
how many people? How many United States citizens unalived under Donald Trump due to his ineptitude of C-19?
Didn't he fast track the vaccine? Didn't he help the vaccine
how
get
many?
passed?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Pick a side. When did you learn about C-19?
Well, I caught it back in October of that when it first came up. Before everyone got like around February, I got it in October.
Okay,
so I actually caught it first.
When did you first learn about it and start hearing about it?
Around March.
Okay, cool. That's around the same time frame as me, right? I don't know if you guys like basketball, but I'm a huge NBA fan, right? And I'll never forgive Rudy Gobert for touching all those microphones. I blame Rudy Gobert for C-19, right? So that happened because after Rudy Gobert touched all those microphones, the NBA shut down, right? So we found out about it around March or about February or March. I always tell this story. I met my lovely wife in February of 2020. I didn't see her again until October of 2020 because of C-19, right? So you, me, and in general, people found out about C-19 in February or March of 2020. When did Donald Jimothy Trump find out about C-19?
No idea.
Cool. In October of 2019.
His middle name is John, but not Timothy.
His middle name is Jimothy. His mama named him Jimothy. I'm gonna call him Jimothy. Anyway, in October of 2019, Donald Trump was caught on recordings with Bob Woodward talking about C-19, stating how deadly it is and how it's going to be really bad. So not only did Donald Trump know about C-19 months before we did, with him openly admitting that it was bad and it was going to be bad for everybody, Donald Trump then doubled down and told people that it's a common flu, that it would go away in 2 weeks, that once it get warm, it'll go away, that maybe we can hit it with some type of UV lights, that maybe you should inject bleach into your system, that maybe people should take ivermectin. Donald Trump told people not to wear masks because he didn't want to wear a mask because it would wipe the orange paint off of his face. Donald Trump actively went against scientists because
scientists lied. Scientists who lied.
Just because you don't understand science doesn't make it real.
It's not about understanding science. It's about when first of all it was developed in a lab in China, right? We know that with Fauci and all these guys. We know that, right? We do know that, right?
You know what?
Is that accurate?
You know what? Pick a side.
Is that accurate?
Pick a side.
Is that
I can't keep doing this with you. You're too stupid to have this conversation. You're too stupid to have this conversation. You guys know what that means. Easy dub. Easy dub. Easy dub. Not even close. Guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things. We're almost at 400,000 likes. Let's get it up to 150,000 likes. Share the live out. We do still have our daily gift goal of the hand hearts. We only need 44 more to close out the daily gift goal of the hand hearts. So if we can knock those out, that would be super awesome. Also, guys, if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. My Cash App, PayPal, Venmo are all in the link tree in the bio. It's going to be Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. With that being said, we still got Daniel up here. I'm going to finish putting the beats on Daniel. Daniel, you had another question. Do you want to go with your question, or do you want to actually stick on where we were?
I could do either.
No, it's your call.
We can do both.
Okay, then what do you want to talk about, Daniel?
Limited on time. I have to get ready for a party at 4 p.m. It's 3 p.m. here in California. So I have to shave, shower, and get ready. But anyway, so to his point on the pandemic, so in EUA, according to the CDC emergency use authorization, they put the mRNA vaccine in place, correct? But there is a clause in the CDC that says that if there is an efficacious medication that works against or mitigates this pathogen, then there's no use for an EUA, an emergency use authorization. So the CDC had a double standard there. Plus, most people don't know this, but the CDC removed language on their website that said that the vaccine neither protected nor was an immunization towards the C19.
What does the word immunization mean versus what does the word vaccine mean? Can you explain what the delineation between the two is?
So there's immunization. For example, when children have their vaccine schedule, they become immune to polio.
All of them?
No, they're not all.
No.
Protection.
What's the difference between a vaccine and an immunization?
So the immunization gets rid of the pathogen or makes you immune to certain pathogens.
Okay, what is a vaccine?
They can be in the form of vaccine or vaccination. But some protect, just like the flu. The flu is protection against the strain of that year. For example, this year would be protection for the specific strain of 2024. And then they come up.
A vaccine is used to stimulate immunity. An immunization, right? An immunization
but the
provides immunity. Do you see the difference between these two? So if it's a COVID-19 vaccine, it is meant to stimulate immunization, meaning that it could prevent you from suffering from the symptoms.
Okay,
however, much like the flu vaccine, because it is a type of flu virus, right? Right, it's not influenza, but it is a type of flu virus, right?
It's not.
Hold on. Can I say this real quick? Daniel, I've been up here schooling you, right? Like, we verified that you don't know things.
To defer.
Yeah, I know you would, but trust me. Trust me, Daniel. You've been getting the beats, right? But I brought somebody up. I don't know if you've ever met Mr. Jones X. I don't know if you know Jones, but Jones is smarter than me, right? And he came up to school you even more. So with that being said, while he's speaking, Daniel, I need you to stop flapping your gums and listen. Again, put your big boy ears on and listen to what he's saying, because I promise you, he's going to school you. So just stop talking for a moment. Jones.
We can talk about, yes, whatever you like. But science is my jam, by the way.
Yeah, I hear you. Jones.
Again, right? If you get the flu vaccine, he got flagged?
Yeah, he did. Guys, please don't report people on the live. That hurts the live. That hurts the live. Please don't report. We got it. I promise you, we got it. We know this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. We absolutely have this. Jones, you want to go ahead and tell him what you're going to say?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that a flu vaccine, right, can prevent you from having the symptoms of said flu virus, right? but it doesn't mean that you cannot still be a carrier, still not pass on the flu virus to other individuals. It just means that it will potentially limit your response to the virus itself.
Hold on, he's coming back. I think, okay. We got him back. Guys, while Jones is up here, which FYI, what a fucking treat, right? Because we don't normally get Mr. Jones in on Sparring with Santana, but while he's up here, let's hold on, Daniel. Hold on, Daniel. While he's up here, let's make sure that we're doing all the wonderful things to show him how much we appreciate him. So let's blow up his gifts. Let's blow up his gifts. Let's make sure we're taking care of Mr. Jones while he's in here. Guys, don't embarrass me. I need you guys to like light his gifts up, do all the wonderful things, show all the appreciation. Also, I'm pretty sure he has his pay links in his bio. He's always doing so much amazing work. Make sure we hit those pay links as well. Let's do all the wonderful things to show him all the appreciation and the love. So
I only have
let's
about
do that.
3 minutes, but I get what both of you are saying. Yes, vaccines and immunizations.
Yeah, don't mute him, guys. Daniel, go ahead and finish saying what you're saying. Come off mute. Come off mute. I'm gonna send you a request to come off mute, Daniel. Guys, let's keep doing more. I see the nice gifts that you guys are sending, but like send Jones something cool. Can someone send Jones something cool, like something that has some type of effects or something?
That I'm saying so. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so there's nothing that I said that is incorrect. The CDC did change the language on the mRNA vaccine. It's neither.
When did they start working on mRNA vaccines?
That's been in the. that's for a while, for a long time, but just.
Gotcha.
Recently, that they implemented with the.
Yeah, after well over a decade of research. How long has COVID been around?
COVID is a family of viruses. It's called coronavirus. It's alpha, beta.
How long has it been around?
For decades.
When did when did we first identify it?
C19.
Nope.
2019.
Not talking about COVID-19. No, we didn't identify it.
The coronavirus, I just told you, is a family of viruses. There's an alpha segment, there's a beta segment, there's a delta segment.
When did we first identify
the family tree of viruses?
When did we first identify coronavirus?
In the 50s.
Huh?
In the 50s, probably.
Correct. In the late 1950s, early 1960s. So we've always known it to be a thing. It's been listed on the back of Lysol bottles since the 70s, my guy.
I know this, yes.
So they've always known ways, to combat it. That's why it was important, right, for us to have a pandemic response team and a pandemic playbook, and to have PPE stored so that we were prepared for things like this. Instead of giving away our tests to Russia so they can be used by Russian oligarchs, or instead of throwing away the pandemic playbook or the pandemic or disbanding the pandemic response team, instead of lying to people for months at a time about its severity and what the potential hazards were, over 1 million people died. Hundreds of thousands of them could have been saved had it been handled responsibly by a responsible actual leader.
Sure. This country had Pfizer, it had Moderna, it had Johnson & Johnson.
None of that.
Russia had their own vaccine. China had their own vaccine.
Has anything to do with what I just said?
Okay, what's your question? What's your question? There's a shaker. What are you asking me?
That you wouldn't have had to worry, right, about taking a vaccine or mRNA vaccines or things that you don't truly understand, because I'm almost certain you don't have a science degree. You wouldn't have had to worry about any of those things, right, if we had an efficient and effective leader.
Okay, Santana argued the point that Trump was for ivermectin. Ivermectin is known
Is
for
a horse and large
but
dog
it does
dewormer
work.
that I've
It is
used many times
efficacious.
growing up on the
And so
farm.
is
Right,
hydroxychloroquine.
and is not an approved use. It is not an approved use. It has no effectiveness, no measurable effectiveness on the coronavirus, none whatsoever. So the fact that you guys keep bringing this up just makes it seem like you guys are unwell.
You can look that up.
Do you think that you're the first talking head to say this?
And same thing goes for hydroxychloroquine.
Also, there's no science or data that shows it is an effective treatment for coronavirus.
What does the M stand for in mRNA? You have to think about it, right? You don't know. Let me ask you a question. Is the coronavirus a retrovirus? Does it recombine in our DNA?
Hold on 1 second. I'm talking to Nomad, y'all. Hold on 1 second.
Do you know what bacterial conjugation is?
Yeah, he said, hold on for a moment. Real quick, while
You're
we're
not
waiting
gonna
on
school me
Jones
on
to come,
science.
while we're waiting on Jones to come back, W's in the chat for Gene. Gene sent a
As you
$1
do
donation,
yourself,
said
yeah.
how. Daniel, hold on for a second. W's in the chat for Gene. Gene sent a $1 donation saying, how can Daniel be an anti-vaxxer when he got vaccinated against critical thought? W's in the chat for Gene. Guys, tap the screen. We're at
Which one of these smart
almost
people can tell me why
we're almost at 400,000
Anthony Fauci
likes. Let's
stepped
go ahead
down?
and get this up to 500,000
Why
likes.
did
Share the
that
live out.
controversial man step down?
Daniel, my friend, do you hear me talking?
Is HIV and
Daniel.
coronavirus
Daniel,
a envelope lipid
Daniel, can you
virus?
hear me?
I can
Daniel,
talk all day.
Daniel, can you hear? Can you
Yes.
actually hear me, Daniel?
Yes, but the talking
Okay,
points
so if you
are
hear me
certain
talking,
loops.
if you hear the host talking, shh, quiet. Okay, thank you. Like I was saying, tap the screen. We're almost at 450,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get this thing up to 500,000 likes. Also, share the live out. Do all the wonderful things. Jones, you got it.
No, my bad. I'm just trying. I'm trying to make some crab cakes and some scallops, and she's trying to get the kids in the bath. She's trying to get the kids in the bathtub. So sorry about that. I had to.
No, you're good.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even realize I turned the camera.
You're good.
Yes, I apologize. I set my phone down and walked away after I said what I said the last time. Okay, what's going on now?
You claim that I don't know science. I could talk virology and
I said you
bacteriology.
don't have a science
and
degree.
infectious.
I said you don't
How
know
do you know
science.
that?
I said
I
I don't
don't.
think you don't have a science degree. What's your degree in?
It's in plant sciences.
Plant sciences.
Yes, UC Davis.
So that makes you qualified to speak on human
I know a lot
physiology,
about
anatomy,
bacteriology.
biology.
I know a lot about virology. I know a lot about infectious and
Oh, you're a
pathogenic
virologist?
transmissible diseases.
You're a virologist?
No, but I do work with them with lab techs.
With plants, like plant viruses?
Okay, in UC Davis, we work with lab techs. Yes.
No, that's not what I asked you. What, in plant viruses?
Yeah, they're plant viruses, correct?
Okay, got you. So that's what you're working on, not the human body.
No, I know a lot about infectious disease.
Okay, got you. Let me ask you a question. Is the physiology of a human
there's a lot
being,
of
the
analogs
physiology
with,
of a horse,
for
are they
example,
similar? The physiology of a horse and the physiology of a human being, are they similar?
In what sense? There's analogs in our DNA, sure. There's analogs in our chromosomes.
Not what I asked you.
In genetics, sure, but we have different skeletal structures. We have different physiologies. I don't get what you're asking. Yes, we're both mammals. What's your question? A human heart weighs 1.2 pounds. A horse heart weighs 17 pounds. What's your question?
I asked you, is our physiology the same?
Of course not. Their brain structure is different. Their neurology is different. Their emotional, the hippocampus of the brain is a lot bigger. So their emotional sense is more keen. They feel more than we do. But I don't get what your question is. And we do work with animal agriculture in UC Davis too. So mainly cows, husbandry. And I mean, zoonotic diseases. So, what's your question?
Virologist and immunologist.
I never said I was an immunologist.
Okay, so what makes you qualified to speak on whether or not these things are effective treatments for what you say they are? What makes you qualified versus the people that are immunologists, who are virologists?
You don't have to take my word for it. There is actual studies on ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine.
And there is no definitive proof.
Hydrogen peroxide.
There is no
definitive
proof that they are
worked with
effective.
H2O2, which
There
is
is no
hydrogen peroxide,
definitive proof
was
that they are
100%
effective.
effective in mitigating coronavirus.
You're a
And
liar. You're a liar,
You
and
can
you're the
look it up.
reason that hundreds of thousands of people died unnecessarily. You were part of the problem.
Why did Rochelle Walensky
Hey, Daniel.
step down?
Daniel,
the director
Daniel,
of the
Daniel,
CDC. Do you know who the current director?
Daniel,
You don't.
Daniel,
I'm the liar.
Daniel.
I really have to go, but I'm screwing you guys.
You lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying.
This has been like running my head against the wall, like multiple times over and over and over and over. It's absolutely insane. Jones, you got anything else you want to say to Daniel?
I really don't, you know what I'm saying? Because it really bothers me. As you know, when my partner, you know, worked in medicine, I was a firefighter EMT, and like watching people die unnecessarily alone, mind you, because they couldn't visit with their family, watching them die unnecessarily alone was a tragedy, you know what I'm saying? And there's so many people out there with PTSD involved in all of this, you know what I'm saying? And it's disgusting for people to continue to propagate these things that literally caused the death of, you know what I'm saying, hundreds of thousands of American citizens. Y'all are fucking monsters. Y'all are monsters. Y'all are absolute fucking monsters. I grew up on a farm. I know what the fuck ivermectin does. We gave it to our big dogs and we gave it to the horses. It's a dewormer. There's no conclusive evidence to show that it has any effectiveness, you know, in coronavirus. And how many people out there tried, you know what I'm saying? They were literally buying this shit off the shelves at you know, farm goods stores, at pet stores, things of that nature, causing the unnecessary death of people's dogs and horses and other livestock. Like, you guys, there is no end to which you guys will continue to push lies and push your narrative just to make yourself feel better. You're monsters.
With that being said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and get Daniel up out the paint. We're going to go ahead and get Daniel up out the paint. He got to go get ready and all this other shit or whatever. You know what? I would normally claim this one, but this one is for Jones because he came in and he I know you're Jones. I know you're cooking. And we're getting ready to wrap this up. You want to do the outro with me?
Oh, you about to leave?
Yeah. I was only gonna do this for 2 hours. I got to get ready for a Christmas party myself.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first, guys, while Jones is still here, like he's at 1.39 thousand coins or whatever. I would love if we could somehow get him to at least 3,000 coins before we go. Like, if you guys love me, or if you hate me, or if you love Jones, like I know you love one of us, right? Because you're here right now, you're still hanging out, you've watched what we've done. If you love me, or you love him, or you know, if you love anything, if you love crab cakes, right? Let's get him over 3,000 coins before we end this live. Please. Can we do that? Can we just show him some love and some appreciation for multitasking? The fact that he's cooking on two fronts, cooking in the kitchen and cooking up these trumpers. I mean, you got a 2-for-1 deal. That you can't find that anywhere else. You got a BOGO. Buy one, get one free. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for the Galaxy. Can we get him above 3,000 coins before we close this out?
I made some pasta salad earlier. I'm about to fry up these scallops right quick, and then I'm gonna cook these crab cakes. It's gonna be a good night.
Listen, my mother-in-law cooked made Ethiopian. food. We're having the Ethiopian dinner. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. So I got to get out of here and get dressed and get ready for that. One other thing, let me read this out. W's in the chat for Phil. Phil sent a $5 donation saying, Daniel, everyone knows M and the mRNA stands for messenger. We're glad you can read a Cliff Note article. That doesn't make you smart. He's definitely not smart. W's in the chat for Phil for that, guys. W's in the chat for you.
Did he ask that for real?
Yeah, he did. When you put your phone and walked away, that was his question. He was like, you don't know, you got to look it up.
What?
Yeah, that's what he said. When he put his phone, when you put your
messenger ribonucleic acid. Like, bro, come on, man.
He said
Put
that.
yourself together, bro. Gather yourself.
All right. We're gonna do the outro.
Emotional stability, a sound body and tranquility.
Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone that actually joined in on this this surprise sparring with Santana, and big W's in the chat for Mr. Jones, who came through straight cooking, filleting people. He deserves it all. You deserve it all. I deserve it all, guys. Thank you for joining us again. I appreciate you guys. I love you all so much. We'll do this again. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a little Christmas Day cooking. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the taps, the gifts, the donations, all the wonderful things. You all are amazing. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your day. I'll probably be around at some point later on this evening, maybe. Guys, Jones is almost over 5,000 coins. We're at 4.99. Let's hit him with a little bit of extra love just to get him over 5,000. While we're doing that, that's what I'm talking about. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. You all are amazing. Follow me if you're not following me. Follow me on Twitch, Santana24J. Follow me on Twitch. I love you. Later, as always.
حبيبي وخليك معي مستفيد يلا ضيف